What is going on, guys? Welcome to your third video, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to set up your database that you're going to need whenever working on this website. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to create a blank file. Now all this blank file is going to do is store the information of our database name, our username, and our password, because eventually after we create a database on our server we need a PHP file that can connect to that database. So whenever we create our PHP file, it's going to need some information like what database you're going to connect to, and it needs a user and a password to make sure you have privileges to connect to that database. So that's why we wanted to create a blank file that's just going to store the information for now. You'll see later on. So in your cPanel, go under the databases section and you're going to see a little link that says MySQL Databases. Now hopefully you already watched my MySQL tutorial, so you already know how to do this, but for those of you who don't, well, this is how you do it. So the first thing that you need to do is create the database itself, and I'm just going to name mine Bucky_Lisa. Create database. So now the first thing we need to do is save this database name. Right like that. Database is Bucky Lisa. And the next thing that we need to do, if I could click the right thing here, is go back, and now that we have a database, we need a way to access the information in that database. And in order to do that, you need to create a user. So I'm just going to name mine Bucky_user. Makes sense? And for the password, I'm just going to use this password generator. I'm not going to show you guys. And just go ahead and click I've copied this in a safe place and use password. Now you actually don't need to, actually let me check something. Okay, you actually don't need to copy the password right now, because once you go ahead and hit create user right here, it's going to verify your user and your password. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this information. My user is Bucky user. Paste that in your little temporary file right here. User is Bucky user. And for the password, it is this long thing right here. Password equals this. And I'm not going to show you guys my password because then one of you hooligans is going to sneak in my database and delete everything. But anyways, go back, and now what you did is you have a database created and you have a user. Now the last thing that you need to do is you need to tell your website, okay, I want this user that we just created to be able to access the database. So under this last section right here, we want to select add user to database, select the user that you want. We only have one, not a lot of options there, and select the database, which is Bucky Lisa, and go ahead and add that user to that database. Now what it's going to ask is, what privileges do you want to give this user? What do you want to allow them to be able to do to your database? Now what we would usually do whenever we finalize our website, we only want to give them the privileges that they need. That way, just in case someone hacks into our website, they can't do things they aren't supposed to do. So go ahead and select all privileges. This is just for testing purposes. It's the easiest thing to do. And go ahead and hit make changes. Now this user is able to do anything we want to the website, which makes it really easy to test. Now go ahead and hit go back, and bam, check it out. The user is now added to the database and it can do anything that it wants to. So now what we need to do is actually something really simple. Go to home and go to the section, if I could find it, PHP My Admin. This is where we can mess with the inner workings of our database. So the first thing we want to do is select our database. This one right here, if you're like, whoa, who the heck made this one? Information schema or schema. I think it's called schema. I don't know. But it's like the default database, so don't ever access that. It's the one that came set up with your server. The one that you made, go ahead and click this. Now as you can see, it says no tables found in database. Why is that? Well, because we didn't create any tables yet. So what we need to do is import them. And that is when you guys are going to thank me, because I already created all the tables that we need. So go ahead and click this import button, and you know that forum I told you guys on thenewboston.com, the section that's Project Lisa? I'm going to go ahead and include these tables in that section right there in a little zip file, or maybe just the SQL file. So anyways, if you guys want this file, I'm going to go ahead and put it for download right there. But anyways, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and import, and hopefully you guys will have the file downloaded by now. So browse your computer and go to wherever you stored that file. I think I stored mine in Lisa. Nope, where the heck did I put it? Danielle? Wow, I don't even know where I put my own file. Hold on, I'll find it eventually. Oh, there it is. Under Project Lisa. Again, this file is going to be under your download section, but I stored it somewhere stupid for some reason. And I'm just going to name it Lisa Tables SQL. Now go ahead and hit open, and all of the default settings are good. So it says once you browse to that file, just go ahead and hit go and check it out. It says imported or import has successfully finished, 21 queries executed. Now if you go ahead and click on your database name, Bucky Lisa, you see all of these tables right here. Feedback tables, messages, items, the trading, shipping info, users. How easy was that? Instead of taking an hour and a half to create all of these individually, one click of a button, there you go. So again, like I said, this file is going to be available at my forum under the Project Lisa section. So there you go if you want to download it. And by the way, it doesn't need a password anymore. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and in the next video I'm going to be talking about what all these tables are in specific, and yeah, there you go. So anyways, I'll see you next time.